Sorry guys, a bit of a mess up there. It's all good. Welcome to the best sporting channel out there. We cover all sports. Um, yeah. Um, big up everyone who has joined. So if you guys haven't already, smash that like button, smash the likes, and hit that subscribe button. The road to 200 is on the way. Um, yeah. So today discussing a bit of boxing, second time. Fortunately, uh, Tyler d- um, doesn't know much about these fights, so he said it's okay to. I asked her to see. Unfortunately, he can't make it, but it is all right. Yeah, I thought I would do this alone. First, everyone, welcome. If you're new, hit that subscribe and like button and share the channel, please, guys. If you are subscribed, share it with your friends, your family, brother, your sister, dad, your mom, your niece, your nephew, whoever. Just share it even to your grandma. Tell your grandma when you visit her, are you subscribed to the best sporting channel? And she says no, grab a phone, put a channel link in or find the link and then subscribe on her phone. Um, that's yeah. Big, not many fights yet. This big fight this weekend. Only two fights I'm going to cover. Um, but yeah, excited to do this. But make sure you guys smash that like button like never before. Um, I said we should reach 10 likes before we start. We only did 8, but it's close enough, so I will take that. Um, But yeah, so we start off with not with the Eric Garcia fight, but with the Barboza Jr. versus Zorrila fight. Um, this this fight, it's a big fight in the circumstances that yeah. Nah, I'm just waffling on. It's a big fight. If you guys know these two boxers, it's big. It's a big fight. Um, of course, Barboza 26-0. Oh, he hasn't lost a fight yet. Zorrilla 16-0. He hasn't lost a fight yet. So both fighters are unbeaten. It's going to be interesting. Just wait. Just trying to get my stats up here. Okay, so um, yeah. So Barboza, the better older one, 30 years old. Zorrilla, 28 years old, same height, but Barboza got a little bit of. Sorry, Zorrilla has a bit more reach, 2 centimeters more of reach. Both orthodox stance. So yeah, if you look at the form, last full, yeah, yeah, okay. Form wise, UD for Barboza lost, I think, I don't know how it's, which way it's around, but it has UD10 um, and UD10 three times, and then KO in round 5 and TKO in round 4, then KO in round 2 and TD in round 8 for Zorrilla. That's the formatting into this one. 26 wins for Barboza, 16 for Zorrilla, 10K knockouts for Barboza, 12 to Zorrilla. Uh, Knockout percentage 38 Barboza Jr. and 75% to Zorrila. Losses, draws, and Sub-Zero. Barboza made his debut in 2013. Zorrila only not not actually not a couple of 6 years ago in 2016. In pro rounds, Barboza has gone 150 pro rounds, and for Zorrila, 58. Now, so, so yeah, both undefeated records. Of course, Barboza is the older one by 2 years. Uh, let me just see. Okay, so Barboza's last 5 fights have came over a 2 year period. It, meaning he has been fighting an average of every 7 months, and in those fights he fought a total of 39 rounds, meaning that they have lasted 7.8 rounds on average. Zorrila's last 2 fights have come over a period of 1 year, and meaning it has been fighting an average of every 8 months and 6 days. In those fights, he fought 10 total rounds, meaning that they have lasted 5 rounds on average. So you can read into that what you want. Let me just see. Say anything else. Odds on Barboza versus Zorrila. For Zorrila to win, it's currently +100 to win the clash outright. So that means by TK or knockout, you get +100 on another Barboza Jr. if you fancy the incredible upset. So uh, the bookies are backing Zorrila, the younger one. Of course, Barboza, he has had a good career, but he has faded a bit away. But I want to just show you guys a video um, of Punch Perfect Boxing. It's just 4 minutes long, where he describes the matchup between of these what both bring. I can't tell you that because I'm not so far into boxing yet. So I will hand it over to you. Let me full screen. Okay.
Itself, Barboza a little bit more athletic, a little bit more explosive, but not the heavier-handed guy here. Just look at the knockout ratio. We've kind of seen as Barboza stepped up, the knockouts have started to fade. And although he's more explosive, I think he's got the faster hands. I think he lands a little bit harder in terms of his technique. I do think that Zorrila is a little bit more heavy-handed. We see that in his knockout ratio, and he also punches through the target a little bit more heavy-handed. Barboza's very athletic. He's a good mover. He boxes nicely. He's got a sharp jab. He likes the sort of 2s and 3s as well. He'll often throw the sort of 1-2-1, so the jab right hand, and end it with a jab to create some separation. Can box quite well, moves quite well, and I think he's well-rounded. I don't think he's necessarily elite. I don't see him having a great career, but I do think he's in and around that sort of contender level. Zorrila, on the other hand, has more ability, in my opinion, but isn't quite as athletic and doesn't deliver his work quite as well. He's got a very safe defense. He keeps the hands up nice and high, likes to defend the body, defend the head, and always tries to be cautious of what's coming back towards him. He doesn't look particularly coordinated, and sometimes it's hard to watch because he doesn't necessarily throw with the same spite or the same snap you'll see from Barboza, but it always finds the target, it always lands cleanly, and it always seems to have an effect. So I do think that whilst not the prettiest to watch, I think he's very effective. He had over 200 fights in the amateurs representing Puerto Rico. has a little bit more pedigree than Barboza, in my opinion, as well, and maybe just being slept on a little bit in this matchup. So I think he's some real issues here. Like I say, I think he's the better out-and-out boxer, has a little bit more pedigree and experience to him, but I think Barboza's the athlete. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I do think Barboza's probably mixed it at a slightly better level as well. But Zorrila also has some good wins when you look through the resume. I think the Madiev win is an underrated win. He had to come for a fight. Madiev really put pressure on him and tried to push him back, and he was able to get the victory there. Also think of the Pablo Cesar Cano. Cano was on a good run after knocking out Lanava early knockout, and then got destroyed by Zorrilla at 140. So we've proven that he can compete. Jesus Campos as well. We're probably going to see take on Teofimo Lopez very soon. He's got some decent victories. He's just not had many opportunities to kind of deliver. I think the favourite going into this, and having a look at the betting odds, and I think we'll probably side with Barboza on a better run of form, been promoted, but it's got the more impressive record.
So yeah, he is backing Barboza, unlike bookings. So yeah, but that's what it is. Barboza, like he said in that video, young fighter, but down. But if you look who's being promoted more and everything, it's Barboza. So yeah, it's a tough fight to predict. Honestly, it's super tough. Just think, Zorrilla. I think Zorrilla will edge it just. I'm going with a TKO in around 6. TKO for Zorrilla in round 8. Just got that feeling. Of course, broadcast time, it starts. So, no, it's 10 rounds, super lightweight. It's around 4 a.m. here in the UK, a day in the UK. For me, it's, yeah. Yeah, let me just. So yeah, but get your predictions in the chat. Who do you guys reckon will win? And so yeah, let's do that. Let's see. Okay, now of course the big fight of the weekend. Saturday early morning. Both fights are early morning. If you are in the US, it's for you Friday. The other fights, the Barboza fight. It's if you're in the US, it's today, like late night today. But let's kick things off, of course, with Garcia versus Fortuna. Now, Garcia, 23 years old, he's got the hype. There's a saying, or there's a thing like in boxing. You can be a big boxer, but you haven't been made a big boxer. So he's got all this hype and everything around him, but he hasn't really. He has delivered in the boxing scene. He hasn't fought all the big boxers. So, but Garcia, we will see what happens. He is the favorite, but anything is likely. But so yeah, 10 years age gap for Garcia, 23 years age for 23 years of age. Fortuna, 33. Garcia got the height. He's got better height. He's 10 centimeters taller than Fortuna. At 5'10" is Garcia, and 5'6" is Fortuna. Reach 4 centimeter reach difference there. 70.1 on for Garcia. 68.5 reach for Fortuna. Now, Fortuna stance is southpaw, and Garcia is orthodox. So, 22 wins for Garcia, 18 by knockout, and he hasn't lost one. On 82% knockout rate, and he made his debut 2016 pro round 79. Um, Fortuna, 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 for yeah, okay. 37 wins, 26 by KO, 7% knockout record, 3 losses, 1 stopped, 1 draw. It made his debut in 2009, so he's a veteran. Pro rounds 214. Uh, okay, so let's look. When last did the okay? So Ryan Garcia last fought 3 months ago. He fought. Uh, oh yeah, he fought. No, I can't remember. He fought. I can't remember that guy's name. He fought. That guy's name. That guy. 3 months ago. Well, Javier Fortuna. I'm just going to call him Javier. 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 Okay. Last outing was 1 year ago. Garcia's last 5 fights came over a period of 3 years and 7 months, meaning he's been fighting on average every 8 months and 18 days. In those fights, he fought a total of 21 rounds, meaning that they have lasted 4.2 rounds on average. But of course, this fight was scheduled for somewhere in 2019 or 2020, I think. But then Garcia, 2 weeks before the fight, he dropped out because of mental health issues. But he's back, and yeah, I will get to my analysis before. Let me just get on here. Okay, so for Javier's last 5 fights have came over a period of 4 years and 29 days, meaning he has been fighting on average every 9 months and 25 days. In those fights, he fought a total of 40 rounds, meaning that they have lost 8 rounds. So, but yeah, Javier's fights have been in a bit all over, but the bookies currently have Ryan Garcia 1-14 into win the fight outright. Well, if you fancy Javier for upset, you can get these odds is 13-2. So the bookies are backing Ryan Garcia on this one. Now I'm going to be straight up, guys. No, he isn't really that big fighter, that strong fighter for the weight classes it's the lightweight. He is a better lighter for Javier here in his weight class. He is a bit lighter. He's not that big. He's not that strong, but it thing that makes him so good is awkward, and the thing with awkward fighters or boxers um, is there are it's easy to pick up to win versus um, an awkward fighter that hasn't got a punch, but an awkward fighter that has a punch like Javier, it can make things difficult, and I think it will make things difficult for Garcia now. And of course, recently Garcia, in his last couple of fights, he has struggled with decision making, not going with his natural selection shots in the last fights he fought. So, but we all know what Ryan Garcia brings. He's strong. He's not going to go down easy, and he's bigger. He's bigger than for Javier. So he has a bit more reach. So it's going to be interesting, this fight. But Ryan, he has the quick hand speed, the quick punches, and when he gets hold of you, when he punches you, it's not a light punch. It's an hard one. You're going down straight away if he gets you down. So that's but for that's what I have. So for me, Garcia, the only thing that makes this fight so anticipating is if Garcia is not in the right mental state. This could be one one bad fight. Um, when I was uh, listening up to the fight, let me just get um, reading and listening to the people. Let me just find it. Yeah, it can become a dangerous fight. That's dangerous fight if Ryan's mind isn't right. That's a big thing. Ryan's mind and everything, his focus needs to be on the side. But if he's still got that mental issues, this can be a dangerous fight. And we may not, and we can't predict what's happened if he isn't in the right mental state. That's a big thing regarding Ryan Garcia. And if Ryan Garcia can, we all can agree, Ryan Garcia, he's the favorite. Fortuna, Javier, he can make things difficult. He absolutely can make things difficult. He's not a slouch for Javier, but the main advantage Ryan has is bigger, he's stronger, but the one obstacle he has with Javier is that Javier is an awkward fighter, boxer, not fighter, boxer, and he's got a punch. That's the difficult thing. So he has two advantages and one challenge he needs to overcome. If he can overcome that challenge, it's going to be a breeze for him, absolute breeze. So that's the thing, and of course, um, Ryan. Yeah, that's the thing. And if Ryan still doesn't go with his signature shots, well, which you guys know what Ryan's signature shots. If he doesn't go with that, like he did in the previous boxing fight he had, it's going to be a long day for him. So that's the thing on that. But I just um, so I pasted the link. I will be going live with Tyler from Tubos TV. On his channel, I've posted a link in the chat. On his channel, there you guys can find it. There, on his channel, I will be going live with him doing watching for the Euros. So yeah, that's a worry thing for Garcia. for Javier. He's not the best boxer out there, but this is a difficult this is one of the most difficult challenges he will face, in my opinion. This is going to be a challenging fight for Garcia, and he might lose if he he isn't in the right mental state. So all I am hoping for is that Garcia is in the right mental state. Because that's my biggest fear with this fight. Brian is in the uh, best mental state that he can possibly be. I'm cool with everything with this. So yeah, um, think yeah, so it's time. I've said everything I wanted. Maybe said things twice, maybe 8 times. But yeah, okay. So make sure you go to the stream, watch along. It's in 55 minute times. We're going to be doing watch along on Silas stream. Make sure you get the likes up on that one. On I said on my Instagram, and we need that stream before we start to 15 likes, currently on 12. 2 people watching, go over there and like that video. Um, so yeah, but my prediction for this. So I- I'm going, I'm going with Ryan. So yeah, now let's drum roll, please. Ryan Garcia is going to win by TKO in the fifth round. No, not fifth. Seventh round. Seventh round. Ryan Garcia is going to win by TKO. Yeah, hopefully Ryan Garcia is in the best mental state possibly can. And yeah, this fight needs to win if you want and to be at that top level of boxing. But if you just want to be social media star, what like he's got something like 23 million followers on Instagram. Let me just check that. And Garcia. Okay. Uh, King Ryan, Ryan Garcia. Um, oh, sorry, no. 8.9 million followers on Instagram. Um, yeah, so yeah, um, he's a social media star. He's been in ads. He's been in everything. So the thing is, does if he wants to be the best boxer possible out there, eh, he needs to go out there and beat Javier in quick succession, quick, easy, because we know he can do that. We know that. Yeah, sorry for my camera going out of focus. Um, we know that. And then, but if he wants to be a social media star because he's big in boxing, but he's not made big. If you guys know, he's big, everyone knows him, but he's not big in a sense of that he, he has beat that he has beaten big fighters along the way. Aye. So yeah, but I think Garcia is going to win, and I back Zorrila to win this fight. So yeah, thank everyone for watching. We have reached 10 likes. I believe we have reached 10 likes. Let me just go over and check. Um, yeah, we have reached 10 likes. Pick up everyone. the biggest amount of likes I've got on the boxing preview show. So thank you guys very much. Of course, this is only the second boxing one. So big fights uh, going ahead. Um, August is a big month for boxing. Loads of fights in August. So make sure you are here for to receive the best boxing content out there. So subscribe if you're a boxing fan. And if you guys are wondering, I know you say on all these channels, this basketball, tennis, all that stuff coming. Basketball coming just before the NBA season starts in September. Um, yeah. Then there's one in October. Also, oh sorry, no, WWE I think is in September, and basketball is in October. Yeah, that's right, that's right. Right, and then F1 next season, tennis whenever there's a tennis tournament, and cricket will be coming, of course, rugby also. So locked here for best sports content out there. Big up everyone that's listened. Big up for 10 likes. Big up everyone. And I will see you all very, very soon.